Hi BewtyPies, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to create a springtime makeup look with a bronzy, semi-smoky eye, and this is the look that I created. I'm also going to go into more depth as to how I prep my skin before makeup, even before I apply primer. I recently discovered this makes a big difference in how your makeup applies. So if you would like to hear about those details and how I got this look, please keep watching. I've recently changed my moisturizer and I noticed a big difference in how my makeup applies. I just wash my face in the morning. I don't use any cleanser because the night before I already washed my face with cleansers. Then I usually go in with about 4 or 5 drops of a facial oil. So that is what I switched because I've been getting a lot of small texture bumps and I'm not really sure what is causing it, so I just thought I would switch my moisturizer. And the moisturizer I tend to use is by CeraVe, the CeraVe moisturizing cream. It's a drugstore cream. But for today's look, I'm going to be using this priming moisturizer. It's by the brand Glossier. It is a rich priming moisturizer. The way it's described on the website is that it's a light and buildable moisturizer for a smooth, dewy canvas. I wanted to use something that was dewy because I'm using a foundation that's matte. This has an anti-redness complex. Can't really speak to that because I don't really get red, so it has an oxygenating agent, which again, I'm not really sure what that is. I have a friend who gets oxygen facials and her skin always looks amazing afterwards. So it's got some type of, I guess, ingredient that kind of gives you the same effect. It's also fragrance free, which I love. I'm always looking for fragrance free products overall. It's less likely that your makeup will be fragrance free, but moisturizers, more and more I'm seeing fragrance free moisturizers. I just feel like it's just one less ingredient that could irritate your skin. And it's non-comedogenic. As I said, I was having the little texture bumps, which is basically clogged pores, so I wanted to make sure I was using something that would not clog pores. And for those of you who may not know, non-comedogenic means that it's not going to clog your pores. So I'm trying this moisturizer for the first time. It definitely feels thick and luxurious. Alright, so off the bat, I do feel a little bit of a tingle on my face. That's something I try to avoid because I don't know, I feel like a tingle is not a good sign. I don't know what it's gonna do to my skin. I mean, it could be something good, I don't know. But it is very moisturizing, super soft. Next I'm going in with the WetnWild foundation. It's a foundation meant to help you look good in photos. Go on the website and read about this. It doesn't talk much about the ingredients or your skin or anything like that. It's all about how they've tested this under all different lights and different smartphones, and it's proven not to have any flashback. Keeping that in mind, this is really not a foundation for everyday use. This is definitely more of a special occasion foundation. They now also have a dewy finish formula. If you're unable to find the color that's suited for you at your drugstore, you might want to check online. They have quite a range of colors. I'm going to be applying it with my Morphe M439 brush. Concealer I'm using is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm in the color Medium Tan Golden. This is a full coverage concealer, and it's actually called Shape Tape because it uses a tape technology. 43% of every bottle of concealer is formulated with this tape technology, and it's basically supposed to give you a very smooth, blurred out, lifted appearance. So that's why it's very popular for the under eyes. One is sold every 12 seconds. The only downside that I've experienced with this concealer is that you have to blend it out right away. Let's say you put it underneath both of your eyes and then start blending it out on one eye. this side it might become difficult to blend out. Start with one area and apply the concealer, blend it out, and then go on to the next area, apply it and blend it out. I'm using the Morphe M335 brush. It's a short, dense brush. For contour, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild contour stick in Where's Walnut. I'm going to use the Morphe E8 brush to blend out that contour. After I blended that out, I'm going to take the brush and just whatever's left on it, and I'm going to just go over the area under my eye where I had the concealer. This concealer is very brightening. I like to tone that down a little bit by using whatever's left over on my contour brush. I was not expecting this to turn into a Wet n Wild video, but it is. To set my under eyes, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder in the color Banana. For my eyes, I'm going to start with my brows, and I'm using the Precisely My Brow pencil by Benefit Cosmetics, and this is in the color number 6, and this is the darkest color. It's like a soft black. Next, I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer in the color 3.75, and I'm just going to put a little bit underneath my brow. Using the concealer afterward gives it a much more precise line or outline than if I were to not use the concealer. So you see the difference already. Now you can't see all of the dark spots that were there from like plucked brow hairs and whatever other imperfections that were there. It's just a lot cleaner. I'll just take my finger and just kind of go over that area just to press in and blend out the concealer that's like right on the edge of my brow. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Violet Voss Pro palette. It's called Like a Boss. In my last video, I mentioned how I had been looking into smaller palettes just for everyday use. And I didn't include this because it is a little bit bigger than the other ones that I mentioned, but this is a really good everyday palette. It has a lot of neutral basic colors and they're very richly pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way, so you can do your makeup really quickly. It has a nice mirror in it as well. It's got really beautiful shimmers. The first color I'm using is WCW. It is a soft creamy brown. This really is not going to show up much at all, but I find that the more eyeshadows that I use, the more blended and airbrushed your eye makeup will look. And especially when you're using a palette like this and you've got such a wide range of neutrals that are all kind of somewhat the same, it's, you know, might as well take advantage of that. You can see this is not really showing up much, but it is just adding a layer of shadow. And I did not set the eye after I put on the concealer, so it's gonna kind of act as a setting powder as well. You want to take it out as far as you want your eyeshadow colors to stop. It's kind of different for everyone. I'm going to be lining my lower lash line, so I know that I want my shadow to be coming out about here, so try to take it down that far. Next color I'm going in with is with the color Boss. It is a warm teddy bear brown. So I'm using the same brush, the Morphe E27. I'm going to start with it here on the outer corner and see how much color I got just from one swipe. I'm going to switch to a Morphe M433 brush. This is a blending brush. I'm going to take that same color Boss and I'm going to put it on my lower lash line. Next I'm going in with the color Motivate. This is a medium brown top. I'll be using that same blending brush I just used, the M433 by Morphe. I'm going to take the same color and I'm going to put that on top of where I applied Boss, underneath my lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with my fluffy blending brush and just blend out the edges here. I'm not using any additional color. For my lid color, I'm going to grab this color here. It's called Adulting, and it's a copper bronze. I'm going to use the same brush and just take some more of that color Adulting on the tip, and I'm just going to place it underneath my lower lash line. Woo! I did have some fallout there, so I'm going to take a clean brush and just wipe it off. But I should have tapped it off a little bit more, but it's okay. I got rid of it. Next, I'm taking this liquid liner. This is by the brand Sugar Cosmetics, and it's called Wingman Waterproof Micro Liner in the color I'll Be Black. Cap is kind of hard to remove. It's a felt tip liner. Instructions say to shake it first, which I think is pretty typical with felt tip liners. Okay, so already I can see that this liner is going to be difficult to use on top of shadow. I do have a lot of shadow on. I'm going to go straight in with my NYC liner. Next, I'm going to put on false lashes, and I'm going to do it off camera. Before I put on my false lashes, I'm going to apply some mascara. I'm going to link a card here so you can check out my how to apply false lashes video. Oftentimes where I look back at old videos and I go like, what was I thinking, you know, because I just feel like it could have been better. But I feel like my how to apply false lashes video is very precise, very clear, and just straight to the point, and I'm still using that same exact process. My lashes are on. These are the Iconic lashes from House of Lashes. Next, I'm using mascara for my lower lash line. Using a new mascara for the lower lash line. This is by Thrive Cosmetics. It is the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. For the lower lash line, it's easier to use a wand that's pretty thin, just so that you don't get any mascara on your skin. But I like this one by Thrive because it is really intensely black. It looks like more of like a liquid on your lower lash line than it does even a cream, because you know mascara is usually like creamy, but this is so black, and I think it's because of the formula is very inky. Next, I'm using the Urban Decay Perversion Eyeliner to line my lower lash line. Now I'm going to finish the rest of my face. I already concealed and contoured and set my face with powder. I set only the center of my face, and so now I want to just go over my contour with another bronzer. I'm going to be using this NYX matte bronzer, and this is in the color Deep Tan. It's a really great color for me. I feel like it's a little warm too, so it gives me like a nice bronzy effect. And the brush I'm using is a powder blush brush. It's the F10 by Sigma. For blush, I'm going to be using the Shayna B Miami blush in the color Brickle. I'm using the Morphe E4 brush to apply it. I'm going to take this Morphe E36 brush. It's a pencil brush, a small soft pencil brush. I'm going to pick up this light shimmery color called Swag, and I'm going to just highlight my inner corner. For my lips, I'm going to first line my lips with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil, and this is the color BFF3. And I'm gonna blot it. For lipstick, I'm going to be using this color by MAC Cosmetics. It is called Down to an Art. It's a matte lipstick. If you have Velvet Teddy by MAC, it's very similar to this. It's slightly different, but it's barely noticeable. I'm dabbing it and then blotting until I get the right color. Okay, and that is the completed look. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye!